कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम् वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिं यः पिबन् सततं रामचरितामृतसागरम् अतृप्तस्तं मुनिं वन्दे प्राचेतसमकल्मषं गोष्पदीकृतवाराशिं मशकीकृतराक्षसं रामायण महामाला रत्नं वन्दे नीलात्मजं अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकी शोकनाशनं कपीशं मक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करं मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारी परिपूर्णलोचनं मातिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं वाल्मीकिगिरिसम्भूता रामसागरगामिनी पुनादिभुवनं पुण्या रामायण महानदी वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदप्राचेतसादासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना आपतामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पदये नमः मङ्गलं कौसलेन्द्राय महनीय गुणाब्धये चक्रवर्ती तनूजाय सार्वभौमाय मङ्गलं सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Hiding himself in the tree, watching Sita there, inconsolably suffering the loneliness, for whose sake Rama is still keeping his life, and she is also living in his thoughts. A beautiful plot for most of the Bollywood movies, which Valmiki had created a long time back. Most of the stories are of this kind: a hero, a heroine, and a villain, and a person to take care of the situation. And this is a story of all, all lives also. The whole life is in search of something which satisfies us, something which fulfills us, and we also need help of many things before we accomplish that. Here Hanumanji plays the crucial role of connecting two souls which are lost as though. But here one is Bhagavan himself, and that is the most unique part of this story. How can Bhagavan be ever losing anything or having attachment to anything? The seeking soul should feel in the same way as much as a person seeking his beloved. That much of anguish, anxiety, and love one must have for the Lord, as Sita has. If Sita has that kind of love, only Rama would oblige to it. It is said in Upanishad, Yam eva esha vrunade tena labhyaha yasesha atma vivrunade swam. One who seeks this exclusively to such a person, Paramatma will reveal itself. Now, here in the canto number 17, I think that's where we have to start. Tada kumada kandabo
Tata Kumudakhandabho
nirmalam vimalodayah
Nirmalam Nirmalodayah
prajagama namaschandro
Prajagamanabhaschandro
amso neelamibodakam
Hamso Neelamivodakam
sachivyamiva kurvansah
Sachivyamiva Kurvansaha
prabhaya nirmala prabha
Prabhaya Nirmala Prabha
chandrama rashmi vishritaihi
Chandrama Rashmibhi Shitaihi
shisheve pavanatmajam
Sisheve Pavanatmajam
sadadasitam
Sadadarshas Tata Sitam
purnachandra nibananam
Purnachandra Nibhananam
shokabhareriva nyastam
Shokabharairiva Nyastam
bharernavamivambasi
Bharairnavamivambhasi
dridrikshamano vaidehim
Didrukshamano Vaidehim
hanuman marutatmajah
Hanuman Marutatmajah
tadadarsha vidurastha
Sadadarsha Vidhurasthaha
rakshasir ghoradarshanah
Rakshasir Ghora Darshanaha
ekakshim ekakarna cha
Ekakshim Ekakarnam cha
karnappa pravaranam tata
Karna Pravaranam Tatha
karnam shankukarnamscha
Akarnam Shankukarnam cha
mastakochvasanasikam
Mastakoshwasanasikam
adhikayottamangim cha
Atikayottamangim cha
anudirghashirodaram
Tanu Dirgha Shirodharam
vastakeshim tadha keshim
Dhvastakeshim Tatha Keshim
keshakambaladharinim
Keshakambaladharinim
lambakarna lalatam cha
Lambakarnalalatam cha
lambodarapayodaram
Lambodharapayodharam
lamboshtim chibugoshti cha koshtim cha
Lamboshkim Chibukoshtim cha
lambasyam lambajanukam
Lambasyam Lambajanukam
rastam dirgam cha kubdham cha
Hrasvam Dirgham Chakubjam cha
vikatam vamanam tata
Vikatam Vamanam Tatha
ralam bhuknavaktram cha
Karalam Bhugna Vaktram cha
vingakshim vikrutananam.
Pingakshim Vikrutananam.
Tataha, thereafter, Kumudakanda Abaha, like the Khanda here to be understood as Kumudakanda means a bunch of cluster of lilies. Equal to that, Abaha Samaha. Nirmalam, blemishless. Nirmala Udayaha. At the end of the night, there is, as it said before, end of the night, there is complete brilliance of the moon just before the sunrise, maybe an hour or so. And it is said that the darkest part of the night is just before the sun rises. Darkest part. Because even the stars have disappeared, and only the moon alone is completely shining. Prajagama Navas Chandro, Chandraha Prajagama. Chandra appeared in the sky. It looked like Neelam Udakam Neelam Iva. Udakam Neelam, Neelam Udakam Amso Iva. Neelam Iva. Eva should go to Hamsa. Neelam Udakam Amsam Iva. In the blue waters, how the white Hamsa, swan, will appear distinctly, brightly. In the same way, in the sky, which blue, dark blue in color, in that white, bright, most beautiful moon has appeared. And it also helped him. Sachivyam iva kurvan. Sachiva is a minister. Sachivyam, ministering, helping, associating. Kurvan sa prabhaya, with its luster. Nirmala prabha, which are having the most stainless light there. Chandrama rashmi bihi, with its rays. Shitaihi rashmi bihi, with cool rays. Sisheve pavanatmajam, providing much more ability to see for the Pavanatmajam to Hanuman. Sadadarsha tadasitam. Thereafter, Hanuman also started to see her very clearly. She is also looking like Purnachandra Nimananam. Her face resembling like that of the complete full moon. But at the same time, even though the face is bright like the moon, but it had so much of sorrow. Shokabarehi iva stam. Shokabarehi, with the one which has so much of sorrow, it appears in that face. What looked like Barehi Navam iva ambasi. Again, a comparison here. Ambasi Navam iva. Barehi Nastyam amba Navam iva. So the one, it's like a ship which is in the water, Ambasi, and which is so much of weight. The weight that it is carrying is so heavy. In the same way, her face looked so much with tiredness, because of the constant waiting for Rama. Didrikshamanaha Vaidehim, while he is thus looking for her, Hanuman Marudatmajaha Adurasta Rakshasi Goradarshanaha Sadadarsha. He also saw Adurastaha, not too far away, Rakshasi, those demons, she-demons, Goradarshanaha, terrible appearance. Now here is a list of Goradarshanaha given. Interesting, very interesting. You may not come across such people. Ekakshi. See, we have seen people giving name Meenakshi, Kamalakshi, all those things. To Southeast especially, Meenakshi, Kamalakshi, Padmakshi and all that was. Ekakshi, I don't think anybody can give that. Only one eye. She has only one eye. One Rakshasi, she had only one eye. Ekakarna, only 1 ear. And Karna Pravaranam. And also another one has got sharp ears. Tata Akarna. Another one, no ears at all. Shankukarna. Another one has got Shankukarna. So this is interesting that each one of them is so, it's like a Shanka, like a conch, Shankukarna. Shanku is more of like a dart. And Mastaka Uchvasa Nasikam. Mastakochvasa Nasikam. One who has nose in the forehead. Terrible looking, In the Star Wars and all them, sometimes they put that kind of character also. Adhikaya Uttamangi. Somebody who had huge body. Adhikaya. And Uttamangi. And Cha Dhanudirga Shirodara. Dhanudirga. And another one is her body is so far big. Dhanudirga. Shira Udaram. And the interesting thing is, have you finished? Yeah. And one who had, as it is given here in the description, head disproportional, yet another thin, long neck. So, Dwastakeshim, one who does not have a hair at all. Tata Akeshim, one who does, Dwastakeshim, one whose hair fallen off. Akeshi means the one who does not have hair. Kesha Kambaladarini, one whose hairs are looking like so far, so big, the entire body is covered with only hair. Like a kambal. And Lambakarna, huge ears, Lalatam. And so the another one, the ears and brow, which are so huge, Lambakarna Lalatam, on single only, Lambudara Payodaram, and her another one who had her body and as well as her breasts so huge, meaning because she can't even get up and walk. Lamboshtim, one who has huge lips. Jibukoshtim, and another one he had, her lips were hanging over the chin. Chibuka means Chibukoshti. Chibu is the up to the chin. Lambasyam, one who has a huge nose there. No, so huge face. Asya. Lambasyam. Lambajanukam. And one who had another one, which is Janukam, up to the Janu. The body, up to the both the knees, up to the knees, as it is given here. It's so much to read here. Protruding knees. Hrisvam, one who is very short. Dirgam, one who is too tall. Kubjam, hunchbacked. Vikatam, crooked. Vamanam, dwarf. Karalam, terrible, deformed, frightful. Buknavaktram, no chin, also chinless. Buknavakram. crooked face. Pingakshim, one who looks like a brown color. Pingakshi, one who has a kind of brown eyes. Vikrita ananam, and a misshaped face. So these are all the various. No, interesting thing is, I was just reading all these things. Is it possible to have such? And I came across a video. I mean, it just happened. I don't know how it happened. Maybe it was reading my thoughts. It's interesting, now YouTube and all these things, you have to be very careful. Even when you're thinking, it will start showing. It started to show me a video full of people like this. I'm sending you the link at the end of the class. You will wonder, is it possible such people can be there? They are. And you may not believe it is there. Now I'll send you the link, then you will see. Not now, but after the class you'll see. Vikrita Pingala Kali.
Vikrita Pingala Kalihi.
Krodhana Kalaha Priyaha.
Krodhana Kalaha Priyaha.
Kalaya Samaha Shula.
Kalaya Samaha Shula.
Kutamudgaradharinihi.
Kutamudgaradharinihi.
Varaha Mrigashardula.
Varaha Mrigashardula.
Mahishaja Shiva Mukhaha.
Mahisha Jashiva Mukhaha.
Gajoshtra Hayapadascha.
Gajoshtra Hayapadascha.
Gata Shiraso Paraha.
Nikhata Shirasoparaha.
Ekahaste Kapadascha.
Ekahastaikapadascha.
Karakarnya Ashvakarnikaha.
Karakarnya Ashvakarnikaha.
Gokarnar Hasti Karnischa. Gokarnir Hasti Karnischa.
Gokarnir Hastikarnischa.
Harikarnistata Paraha.
Harikarnistatha paraha.
Agnischascha Kashis Adanish Adini
Ati.
Adina
Ati.
Adina, is it Adina?
Ati nasascha. Swamiji.
Okay. Adina Sascha Kashischa.
Ati nasascha kaschitcha.
Yagnasa Anasikaha.
Tiryang nasa anasikaha.
Gajasan Nibanasascha.
Gajasan nibhanasascha.
Lalato Chwasanasika.
Lalato chwasanasikaha.
Astipada Mahapada.
Hastipada mahapada.
Gopada Padachulikaha.
Gopada padachulikaha.
Adimatra Shirogriva.
Atimatra shirogriva.
Adimatra Kuchodarihi.
Atimatra kuchodarihi.
Adimatra Swanetrascha.
Atimatrasya netrascha.
Matrasya. Okay. Dirgha Jihvanunastada.
Dirgha jihvanana tatha.
Ajamukir Hastimukhihi.
Ajamukhir hasti mukhihi.
Gomukhi Sukari Mukhihi.
Gomukhi sukari mukhihi.
Ayoshtakara Vaktrascha.
Hayoshtra khara vaktrascha.
Rakshasir Goradarshanaha.
Rakshasir ghora darshanaha.
Shulamudgara Hastascha.
Shula mudgara hastascha.
Odana Kalaha Priyaha.
Krodhana kalaha priyaha.
Karala Dumrakeshinyo.
Karala dhumrakeshinyo.
Rakshasi Vikritananaha.
राक्षसीर्विकृताननाः
Vanti satatam panam.
पिबन्ति सततं पानम्
Suramamsa sada priyaha.
सुरामांस सदा प्रियाः
Mamsa shonida digangi.
मांसशोणितदिग्धाङ्गीः
Mamsa shonita bhojanaha.
मांसशोणितभोजनाः
Tadadarsha kabishreshto shreshto.
ताददर्श कपिश्रेष्ठो
Romaharshana darshanaha.
रोमहर्षण दर्शनाः
Tandavandam upasinaha.
स्कन्धवन्तम् उपासीनाः
Parivarya vanaspatim.
परिवार्य वनस्पतिम्
Tasyad tasyadastachatam devim
तस्याधस्ताच्च तां देवीम्
rajaputrim aninditam
राजपुत्रीम् अनिन्दिताम्
vikrutaha deformed, pingalaha brown, kali dark, krodanaha angry, kalahapriyaha troublemaking, kala ayasa mahashula kuta mudkharadharini. Those people who are carrying a black iron, kala alayasa mahashula spear, kutam, kuta is mallet, udgara club, dharinim, they were holding all these kind of weapons. And some of them had face like varaha, boar, mruga, deer, shatula, tiger, mahisha, like a buffalo, aja, goat, aja, and then Shiva is jackal. These are the kind of the faces they had. And those who have the feet like gaja of the elephant, oshtra like a camel, haya horse, padascha, and also nikatashiraha, and some of them had the nikadashirasaha. Nikadashirasa means those who are, I think, buried. Head is buried inside. Aparaha. And khananam is to bury. Khananam is to actually dig. Nikada, buried, dug up. Ekahastai, ekapadascha, those who have only one hand, one foot. Karakarnya, those who have karakarna in the ears of a donkey. Ashvakarnikaha, those who had the ears like that of the horses. Gokarna, like a cow. Then Hastikarna, like elephant. Harikarna, like monkey. Tadaparaha. Imagine all this in your mind. You cannot see them, but interesting. I think Star Wars and other people have taken a lot of inspiration from here. Adinasascha, long nose, kaschit, some of them, tiryang nasa, crooked nose, anasika, no nose at all, gajasannibanasascha, nose like a trunk of an elephant. Oh, it is very easy for them to pick up things also. Even if both the hands are not there, it is easy for them to, with the nose, because that's what the elephant does, right? It doesn't have hands, but the fifth one, or as though the one hand, that is a uniqueness about the elephant. Like all any other animals do not have hands. They have to use the feet only as hands. But Elephant has got a peculiar extra provision. No other which has that ability to use the nose for three things: to breathe, to eat, to pick up, and the fourth one is to beat up. See, even and we have seen huge trees are there. The body is, he cannot, with the hand, he can't do anything. And with that, it can break everything and make sure that its use is like a hand, much powerful than a hand. Very interesting. And Hastipadaha, those who have feet like a horse, elephant. Mahapadaha, huge. Gopadaha, like a cow. Padachulikaha, like that of the cock. Chulika. And Adimatra Shirogrivaha. So the Adimatra Shiraha, huge head and the neck. Adimatra Kucho Udari, huge breasts and in the belly. Adimatra Asya Netrascha, huge face and nose, eyes. Dirga Jihva, Jihvana Nastataha, Jihva Anana. Dirga Jihva, huge tongue and face. Ajamukhi, face of a goat. Hastimukhi, face of the elephant. Gomukhi, face of the cow. Sukari-mukhi, face of a boar. Haya, Ushtra, Khara, Vaktrascha. And also some of them had the face of the horse, camel, donkey, Rakshasi, Gora Darshana. This kind of various kinds of she demons were there. See, if such kind of people around you all the time, what will you do? You can't even open the eyes and look at them. They're terrible things. So most of the time you keep your eyes closed. And they are not only just keeping quiet, they are coming there. Hey, what are you doing? Terrible, nightmare all the time. Shula Mudghara Hastascha, again, having their hands with the Shula, the dart or the sharp, sharp darts, as well as the clubs, etc. Krodanaha, angry, Kalaha Priyaha, constantly looking for trouble only. Karalaha, they are dark. Dhumrakeshinyaha, having grey hairs. Dhumra means like a smoke. Rakshasi Vikritananaha, with the crooked faces. Satadam Panam Pibanti, all the time drinking. Sura Mamsa Sada Priyaha. Sura Panam, the wine as well as meat, constantly eating. Because of that, the whole body was filled with blood and meat. Mamsa Shonita Diktangi. Shonita, blood. With the blood, dropping blood or dipped in blood, all the whole body. Mamsa Shonita Bojana, drinking the blood as well as the meat. And this is a delicacy, goat blood, then heart's blood. My God. Ta Dadarsha, Kabishreshtaha Ta Dadarsha. He saw all of them. Roma Harshana Darshanaha. Horrifying. Body hairs were standing. Roma is body hair. Kesha is head hair. Roma Harshana Darshanaha. Skandavantam Upasinaha. Like staying in one of the branches. Parivarya Vanaspatim, completely covered by the bunch of all the trees. Tasya Adastaschatam Devim. in that very tree, one who is at the below sitting, that Sita, Rajaputri Manindidam, Dadarsha said before. So he was looking at her who was sitting there alone. So here continuing, Lakshayamasa Lakshmivan
Lakshayamasa Lakshmivan
Hanuman Janakatmajam
Hanuman Janakatmajam
Nishprabham Shokam Taptam
Nishprabham Shokasantaptam
Malasankula Murdajam
Malasankula Murdhajam
Shena Punyam Chudam Bhumau
Kshina Punyam Chutam Bhumau
Taram Nipatitamiva
Taram Nipatitamiva
Charitra Vyapadeshadyam
Charitra Vyapadeshadhyam
Vartrudarshana Durgatam
Bhartrudarshana Durgatam
Pushanairuttamairhinam
Bhushanairuttamaihhinam
Bhartruvatsalya Bhushitam
Bhartruvatsalya Bhushitam
Rakshasadiva Samruddham
Rakshasadhipa Samruddham
Bandhubhischa Vinakam
Bandhubhischa Vinakritam
Yutam Simha Samruddham
Viyutham Simha Samruddham
Baddham Raja Vadumiva Gajavadumiva
Baddham Gaja Vadhumiva
Chandrarekam Payodante
Chandrarekham Payodante
Sarada Bhrairivavrutam
Sharada Bhrairivavrutam
Klishtarupam Asamsparshat. Okay. Klishtarupam Asamsparshat
Klishtarupam Asamsparshat
Ayuktam Iva Valkalim Vallikim Vallakim. Okay. Ayuktam Iva Vallakim
Ayuktam Iva Vallakim
Satam Bhartrahite Yuktam
Satam Bhartruhite Yuktam
Ayuktam Rakshasam Vashe
Ayuktam Rakshasam Vashe
Shokamanika Madhye
Ashokavanika Madhye
Lokasagaramaplutam
Shokasagaramaaplutam
Api Parivratam Tatra
Tabhi Parivratam Tatra
Sangraham Ivarohinim Sagraham Ivarohinim
Sagrahami Varohinim
Tadarsha Hanumans Tatra
Dadarsha Hanumanstatra
Latam Akusumamiva
Latama Kusumamiva
Lakshmivan Hanuman. Lakshmivan here to be understood, one who has the Lakshmi here to be understood, all the gunas, all the virtues. Janakatmajam Lakshayamasa. He started to look at her again. Nishprabham, as though she had lost all her prabha, luster. Shokasantaptam, burnt with her sorrow. And Malasankula Murdajam, her head also was, because of not caring about it, not washing it, filled with dust and also dirt. She looked like Shina Punyam Chutam Taram Bhumo Nipatitam Iva. Like that of the, here Tara does not necessarily mean star, a meteor which had lost its power to move around, had fallen onto the floor, onto the ground. Shina Punyam, like the one which had, those we consider that those who have the stars that have great merits are shining up there. Those who have lost their merit. So some of the traditions say that the stars represent exalted souls, or those souls which had got a lot of punya. When the punya is exalted, Shrine punyam artilokam vishanti. So when the Shrina or the exhaustion of the punya takes place, all of them fall onto the ground as though. So in the same way, she looked like that one, which was like a star which has lost its punya and had fallen onto the ground. And charitra vyapadesha adyam. Charitra means illustrious, vyapadesha, fame, adyam. Adya is abundance of such a well-known, illustrious fame. And why, even though she had lost, appears to be have lost all her luster, etc., but she is, for that very reason of her constant thinking of her husband, Bhartru Darshana Durgatam. While she is thus thinking about him, obviously he is far away to reach, to see. Bhartru Darshana Durgatam. She has lost the vision of seeing him in person. Bhushane Uttamaihi Hinam. She is no more having the best of the ornaments on her body. Bhartruvasalya Bhushidam. But at the same time, she has a great ornament of love for her husband. Other Bhushanas are not there, but the greatest, Abharana for that woman is to remember her husband very fondly. At the same time, Rakshasadiba Samruddham, being held, captured, Samruddha, by Rakshasadiba Ravana. Bandhubhishcha Vinakritam, and also at the same time, she is not in the company of all her well-known relatives, etc. Vinakritam, Bandhubhihi Vinakritam. And Vibhu, she looked like the Gaja Badhumiva, like a female elephant which is tied up as though Baddham. By what? Simha Samruddham Baddham, being held alone, Viyutam, away from its own herd. Let us say a female elephant which is going along with its own herd and suddenly isolated, and one Simha, one lion, had held that alone, stopping her from moving. If you see those, what is called Nature, National Geography and such other, they show very often how the Simha isolate one of them slowly, and making sure that it does not have the company of all others. Once isolated, then it knows how to attack it and get the things, they get the lunch, breakfast, dinner for next few days. So that way, Chandradekam Payodante Sharada Abraihi Iva Avrata. And also another example is given, Payoda Ante, at the end of the rainy season. Paya means water. Payoda Ante, at the end of the rainy season. And the Chandra Rekha, the very rays of the moon are covered, Avrutam, by what? Sharad Abraihi, by the rainy clouds. Last part of that rainy season, how huge clouds are covering the rays of the moon in that way. Klishtarupam, which is the faint bodily, she was klishta, very faint. Asamsparshad ayuktam iva Vallakim. She looked like a veena, Vallaki, a veena which is not at all used. Ayuktam. In the same way, she, the one who has never been touched by her beloved. Klishtam asamsparshat, because being not even touched by. her husband, Ayuktam iva Vallakim. Satam Bhartrahite Yuktam. She, the one who is in her mind, even though she is constantly thinking about him, which is what Yukta. It's appropriate for her to remain for her serving her husband. Bhartrahite Yuktam, now Rakshasam Vase Ayuktam. What is she is not supposed to be is Ayuktam, is Rakshasam Vase, in the captivity of the Rakshasas. What is appropriate for her is to be in the company of her husband whom she serves. What is inappropriate is that she is now held by the Rakshasas. Ashoka Vanika Madhye, in that middle of the forest, Ashoka, Shoka Sagaram Apludam, Shoka Sagaram Apludam. She is sunk, drowned in the Shoka Sagar, in that sorrowful, the ocean of sorrow. And she looked like Tabihi Parivradam, Tabihi Rakshase, the Rakshasibihi Parivradam. She is now only covered or surrounded by the Rakshasis. Tatra Sagraham iva Rohinim, like Rohini star is in association. In the astrology, it is said Rohini is in the wrong company, wrong graha. Sagraham iva Rohinim. Hanuman Satra Dadarsha. He saw her there sitting, like what? Latam Akusumam iva. These creepers without flowers. Creepers with flowers will be beautiful, like an ornament, but creepers without flowers. Continuing here, Samale nacha digdangi.
Samalena cha digdhangi.
Vabhusha chapyalankrita.
Vapusha chapyalankrita.
Mrinali pankadigdeva.
Mrinali pankadigdheva.
Vibhadi cha nabhadi cha.
Vibhati cha nabhati cha.
Malinena tu vastrena.
Malinena tu vastrena.
Pariklishtena vaminim.
Pariklishtena bhaminim.
Samvritam mrigashavaakshim.
Samvritam mrigashavakshim.
Tadarsha Hanuman kapihi.
Dadarsha Hanuman kapihi.
Tam devim deenavadanam.
Tam devim dinavadanam.
Adinam bhatrate dasa.
Adinam bhartrute jasa.
Rakshitam svena shilena.
Rakshitam svena shilena.
Geetam asitalocanam.
Sitam asitalochanam.
Tam drishtva Hanuman Sitam.
Tam drishtva Hanuman Sitam.
Mrikashavanipekshanam.
Mrigashavani bhekshanam.
Mrigakanyami vatrastam.
Mrigakanyami vatrastam.
Vikshamanam samantatah.
Vikshamanam samantatah.
Dahantim nishvasaihi.
Dahantimiva nishvasaihi.
Vrikshan pallavadharinah.
Vrikshan pallavadharinah.
Sangatam iva shokanam.
Sanghatam iva shokanam.
Dukkasyormimiva ivotitam.
Dukkhasyormimivotitham.
Angshamam suvibhaktangim.
Tam kshamam suvibhaktangim.
Vinavarana shobhinim.
Vinabharana shobhinim.
Prahashamatulam lebe.
Praharsham lebhe.
Maruti preksha meithilim.
Maruti prekshya maithilim.
Arshajani jasoshruni.
Harshajani cha soshruni.
Tam drishtva madirekshanam.
तां दृष्ट्वा मदिरेक्षणाम्
मुमोच हनुमांस्तत्र
मुमोच हनुमांस्तत्र
नमश्चक्रे च राघवम्
नमश्चक्रे च राघवम्
नमस्कृत्वाथ रामाय
नमस्कृत्वाथ रामाय
लक्ष्मणाय च वीर्यवान्
लक्ष्मणाय च वीर्यवान्
सीतादर्शन संहृष्टः
सीतादर्शनसंहृष्टः
हनुमान् संवृतोऽभवत्
हनुमान् संवृतोऽभवत्
Malena Diktangdim sa, she the one who is covered with dirt, Babusha cha api alankrita. But even though her body is filled with dirt, but that very body itself is her alankara. The elegance of the body, the beauty of her body is unfailing. Mrunali, like the lotus root, Pankudikdeva, like a mud, even though the root part of the lotus, even though it is staying in the mud, if you very often you'll find it is in the slush only the beauty of the lotus is. In the slushy water, not in the pure water, in the slushy, muddy water, there's a beautiful multi-petal lotus standing there, so bright. So, Mrunali Pankadikteva Vibhati. At the same time, Nabadicha. She is not only shining like that of the lotus root, which is filled with dirt, but at the same time, that is the beauty of it. What is the beauty of it? Because later on it will be said, Malinena tu vastrena, with the soiled cloth, no doubt, Pariklishtena Bhamini, even though the cloth is torn, because a part of it is found in the trees, remember, that is what was found by the monkeys. Mrigav Sava Akshi, one who has the eyes of the female deer, Sambritam, which is covered by all the Rakshasas, no doubt. Hanuman Dadarsha, Kabihi Hanuman Dadarsha, Tam Devim, Deenavadanam, Deenavadanam, one whose Vadana face is, or the entire body is Deena. Deena means so poor, so left out, so isolated. But at the same time, Bhartu Tejasa Adina. By the great power and luster of her own husband, very thought of which she become Adina. She's become Adina. Adina means here, even though she appeared poorly, saddened, but by the very thought of him, she remained as strong. Svena Shilena Rakshitam. She is being protected by her own chastity, virtues. Sitam Asitalochanam, the one who is having the dark eyes. Tam Drishtva Hanuman, Sitam, seeing her. Mrikashava Nipekshanam, again, of having the eyes of the beautiful female deer. Mrikakanyamiva Trastam, at the same time, it is like Mrigakanya, the female deer, when it is left alone, how it is looking here and there, Vikshamanami, Samantataha, all around looking frightened, no doubt, because she is not in the company of the people whom she would like to be. Also, they are looking so terrible and frightened because anytime Ravana would appear. It's going to be night. At least she's left alone, but now the day is about to begin. The next chapter is about Ravana coming there. So she's already aware that she's going to be here. But Nishvasaihi Vrikshan Dahantimiva. With her own long sighs, she is as though burning all the trees. Pallavadharinaha Vrikshan Nishvasaihi dahantim. Those who have leaves, the trees that are being burnt as though by her own long size. Sangadamiva shokanam, with the heap of the sorrows, dukkasya urmim iva uttitam. It is like the waves of sorrow. Urmi, dukkha urmi, dukkasya urmim iva uttitam. The waves of sorrow which has become so powerful and like a tower, like a huge, like a tsunami. Tam kshabham. Shamam is a very slender. Tam kshamam suvibhaktangim, with elegant limbs. Vina abarana shobinim, without even the very ornaments, she is so shining there. Marutihi praharsham atulam praharsham lebe. He got atulam, incomparable, praharsha, joy, excitement he got. Maithilim prekshya, seeing finally his mission accomplished. So seeing Sita. Harsajani ashruni. Then he had tears in his eyes, born out of joy. Saha Arshajani chaso arshruni tam drishtva madirekshanam drishtva madira ikshanam. One who has very captivating eyes, very intoxicating eyes. Seeing her, Hanuman tatra mumocha, and he dropped those tears of joy. He released them. And Ragavam cha namahas chakre. Namas chakre. He also mentally saluted to Bhagavan Rama. Ramaya Lakshmanaya Viryavan Lakshmanaya cha namaskritva. Having saluted in his mind both Rama and the valorous Lakshmana. Gita darshana samhrishtaha, Sita darshana samhrishtaha, being delighted to have seen Sita, Hanuman sambritaha abhavat. Now he made sure that he is not seen by anybody else. So he had covered himself very well within that tree leaves. And probably he is also aware now the entry of Ravana would happen. He's not seen him before. He's seen him, of course, lying down on the palace, but now in action. He is now going to come, and the entry of the villain starts here. So we'll see that in the next session.
Aganita gunagana bhushana Rama, Ashrita vatsala jaya jaya Rama, Ayodhyavasi Sita Abad Bandhava Jaya Jaya Rama, Dasharatanandana Shri Rama, Dashamukhamardana Jaya Jaya Rama, Kausalya Sukhavardhana Rama, Kamita Palada Jaya Jaya Rama, Papa Vimochana Shri Rama, Pattabhirama Jaya Jaya Rama, Janaki Jivana Sita Rama, Jaya Raghurama Jaya Siya Rama, Vanara Sevita Shri Rama, Varidhi Vandana Jaya Jaya Rama, Hanumat Pujita Sita Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Raghupati Raghava Raja Rama, Patita Pavana Sita Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Siyavara Ramachandra ki jai, Pavana Sutta Hanuman ki jai, Umapati Mahadev ki jai, Bolo bhai sab santan ki jai, Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj ki